What the hell's been going on with Manchester United? I love this club, but it has been playing with my mental health for a very long time. Now, as much as I appreciate Erik Ten Hag for delivering us 2 trophies in 2 years, his managerial performance this season has been poor. In the Premier League, we're right now 13th with only 2 wins from 6 games. And the Europa League, we're right now 21st with 2 draws in 2 games. And I was so excited this season with the new management in Ruud van Nistelrooy, Rene Hake, and even new players in Joshua Zirkzee, Matthijs de Ligt, Lenny Yoro, Mazraoui, and Manu Ugarte. But it seems like these players have not really adapted to the system yet. And in general, it also seems like some players have just looked much worse than they were last season. And to figure out all the problems that have been occurring, let's now take a further dive into the squad. First of all, with our goalkeeper, it's probably been our best position this year. Andre Onana has arguably been our best this season. He's been making saves non-stop, whether it was a double save against Palace, which is now nominated for Save of the Month, or the penalty save against Southampton, which changed the whole momentum of that game. Even Altay Bayindir managed to keep a clean sheet in the one Carabao Cup game against Barnsley. But now on to our defense. Not been great this season. First of all, that left back role, in which Luke Shaw has been injury prone. Malsi is now recovering from a 16-month long injury. Harry Amas has been deemed not physical enough for the top flight level. Now Diogo Dalot is playing on the other side, not proving to be the great option. If you look at our center back duos right now of Lisandro Martinez and Matthijs de Ligt, they seem very strong, but they've also not been that impressive. Licha has been ruthless, but not in a very good way. He's lost the presence of mind, and he's conceded many goals due to poor decision making, and his passes also not been very accurate. On the other hand, you have Matthijs de Ligt, came from Bayern this summer and shown physicality. He's even scored a goal and he's been great aerially. However, seems to have lacked a little bit of pace, and he's easily beaten by the Porto striker. On the other hand, you have Maguire and Evans. Both these players, they lack a little pace. They're getting old. However, they have experience, great experience in them, and they're good physically, good aerially. Seems like great backup options in the team right now. However, it's hard for them to make the starting lineup. No, in the game they both started, they actually managed to keep a clean sheet, even though it was against Barnsley. Our other centre back options, you have Lenny Yoro, who's been injured since coming into the club, and Lindelof was just recovering from injury. Looking at our right backs, first of all, Diogo Dalot, he just can't play left back. I mean, we've conceded many goals because he could not mark that right winger. If we talk about the winner we conceded against Brighton, this whole place was just left completely open, and Dalot and Mazraoui were both playing the right back for some reason. And even the game against Southampton, which we conceded a penalty due to his poor defending. However, on the other hand, Mazraoui has been one of our best players this season. He's shown great passing ability and has been our best signing so far. He might slightly lack a defensive prowess, but everything else has been fantastic, and he even has an assist this season. Now if you go to the midfield, it's been very inconsistent too. I mean, first of all, Kobe Mainu, great player. He's still reliable, still good, but he's not been as good as he was near the end of last season. He's been dispossessed on numerous occasions, but I feel like we can't really blame him because taking on almost responsibility this season, he's trying to drive the ball further, and therefore it feels like it's taking a toll on his performance. And on the other hand, you have Bruno Fernandes, arguably our best signing since Ferguson, but this season he's been one of our worst players. Red cards and very inconsistent passing and shooting, and feels like he's lacking that leadership in the team now. If you look at his passing stats in the Premier League, his accuracy is 80%. His long ball accuracy is only just above 50%, and his cross accuracy is only at 10%. If you're seeing shooting stats, he's taken 17 shots and has only had 3 on target. Still 0 goals. Competing with him, you have a quality player in Christian Eriksen. He was surpassing my expectations. He has scored goals, racked up assists, shown to be a better playmaker than Bruno this season. Only thing that Bruno actually does better than him is his pressing ability and slight defensive presence. But Christian Eriksen has proven to be better than Bruno this season. And next you have Casemiro, who's proven to be slow and unreliable now. He basically cost us the game against Liverpool, and at this point only provides experience and a decent playmaking skill. But I feel like one of our underappreciated players this season has been Mason Mount. In the first few games when he was playing, we actually started off pretty strong with great pressing, which we have to give the credit to Mason Mount. He has 3 lungs, and his team feels more fearful with him in the squad. He's basically our Park Ji-sung, maybe not at that high level. But another player I want to talk about is Manuel Ugarte, new signing from PSG. A CDM, he's shown fantastic promise. Great defensive skills, but just seems like he hasn't adapted to the system, to the Premier League system yet, to the Ten Hag ball yet. And feels like we still need to give him some time. Besides him, Toby Calero, who played left back once this season, has not been given much chances, but he hasn't really done anything wrong too. And Daniel Gore has just recovered from a freak injury, was included in the squad against Porto, so I'll be excited to see how he's being used in the future. Now on to our forwards, not scored many goals. We're starting off with Marcus Rashford, who's actually also been one of our best maybe. He's been underappreciated and overhated by fans. He looks to be more confident than last season. He could still do more, but he seems to be more of a team player. And then you have Garnacho, one of our high scoring players this season. He's had good stats. However, most of these great stats come as a super sub. Now hear me out. Great, fantastic super sub, but he's been an average starter. His speed is what sets him apart from others, and that seems like one quality that is more suitable to substitute. And if you go to the right wing side, you got Amad Diallo, our most creative winger. Been consistent. He had a really great preseason, and maybe not as great as a start, but still, when I look at him, it feels like we're getting more chances. And I feel like he needs to take more risks to get some goals to his name now. His competition, Anthony, just a bench warmer at this point. Tough for him to break in the starting lineup. He hasn't really proved much to make it into 11, and I don't know what the future lies for him. Joshua Zirkzee, on the other hand, started off pretty well, scored a winner against Fulham on his debut, but then he found himself in the middle of an unlucky offside which denied the winner against Brighton. He has shown amazing link-up play, but seems like he's missing that killer instinct, which is actually more apparent in Rasmus Højlund, who just started his first games against Porto and also managed to score. However, he seems to be a player who needs to work on his positioning to receive more chances which can be converted into goals. Both Xerxes and Højlund feels like they're different strikers which need each other's qualities to make them a perfect striker. And he also like Ethan Wheatley, who's been part of a few matchday squads, hasn't played yet, but has shown good stats in the under 21s this season. But overall, this has been my in-depth analysis of every player in the Man United squad this season, and a part 2 for this video will be coming soon. Thank you for watching.